Hello again. Yes, same clothes, same outfit. I was thinking a lot about what I said in the last video and I decided to just do this one now. So, the sun keeps creeping over here, so I have to keep going that way to try and stay out of the glare because of the last video I was squinting so much. So, how do I say this? And I don't want anybody to get all like worked up or anything, but when I was talking about being more myself in the last video, it has a lot to do with this, and I've never done this before, so yeah. I'm gender fluid, and I have been kind of working on this for a long time. And in my specific case, okay, I say I'm non-binary and then I say I'm gender fluid because every day is kind of different. And honestly, okay, let's just start at the beginning. For a very long time, especially in high school, I dressed like a boy constantly. I had surfer shorts and, muscle shirts, and I was comfortable that way. It had a lot to do with the way I grew up, and it was, kind of required to be strong and buff and, not be a pansy when it came to lifting things, and we kind of grew up on a farm type scenario, so there was a lot of things to lift and push and dig and anyhow. So, but I had long hair back then, and I guess that, cutting off my hair had a lot to do with it too, because I have never really felt very pretty. I've always felt like I had not a very feminine face, and that has been a real struggle for me my entire life. Even though people are like, oh, you're so pretty, I didn't have a lot of success really getting dates, which was also a big disappointment for me because I was like, what am I doing wrong? And the people who did want to hang out with me were creeps, and that's a different story. So, yeah, I have felt really uncomfortable in a girl's body my entire life. So there's that. I felt kind of like, what are these doing here? Why does my face not match my body? Why do I always feel different than what I should? And, also the growing up part thing, we weren't allowed to wear makeup. That didn't help. That didn't help at all. I would have felt a lot better had I been able to wear makeup as a child or, as a teenager at all. So it was when I moved out, finally, that I actually got to wear any makeup. So I said, oh, well, this is working. But it really didn't work for very long. When I do get all dressed up and pretty, I feel nice, and I wear heels, and I go outside and, get looks from people, finally, as an adult, that I wish I would have had as an insecure 17, 18-year-old. So my identity at the moment is gender fluid, and there's some days that I wake up and I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. I just want to, I want to feel like what my body feels like all the time. And 90% of the time, I wish these weren't here. I wish, that I was just as confident and simple of a person that I wanted to be inside. So a lot of days I'll wake up and just hate myself and hate my body because it's not cooperating with what's going on in here. And some days I feel like, there's part of me that is feminine and part of me that is not, and it's fine to be both or neither or one or the other. I've been doing a lot of personal growth and a lot of personal exploring to kind of figure out what's going on in here. So the short hair has helped me a lot. I have a completely new Instagram that is dedicated to me being a boy sometimes. And believe it or not, if I try, you know, cover up my boobs and, you know, try, I look like a boy, and it makes me feel a lot better. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm gonna go drastic and, like, modify my body permanently. I'm not saying that. Not now. Maybe not ever. But I feel that this has become a large part of who I am as a person and who I am with my witchcraft, and that's honestly, I'm writing a book, and you know this, and one of my main characters is a man, and his goddess is Aphrodite, and there is no problem with men honoring or working with Aphrodite, and I think it's pretty cool. But as I've told you before, I was struggling with being feminine and trying to connect with goddesses, and it was just so hard. And I work with Selene, you know, I work with Selene, but I tried to connect with Aphrodite, and nothing was really happening. And I felt like it was just not right for me, but then almost immediately afterwards, I met Apollo. And if you know anything about Apollo, he's kind of like the bard of gods, and a bard in D&D is gonna be completely, well, depending on how you play them, how I play them personally, is completely like, he's attracted to everyone. He is extremely sexual being that is, you know, kind of a man whore, but at the same time, no offense, at the same time, he doesn't really have any restrictions on what he looks like or who he likes or who he's having sex with. And I feel that because Apollo just wants you to feel good in your body. Be confident in yourself, whatever you are. And not necessarily that I like labels, but labels have helped me lately, because of what I'm just going through. And I don't identify as one or the other, but on a given day I might, and I dress up, you know, I bought myself a binder and other things to help me feel less disjointed and less dysphoric, just because I felt like for once my body was finally cooperating with me. When I look down and I don't see this just coming out in my face, making me feel like I'm in the wrong body, in the wrong spot, there's a lot to deal with. So I just thought I would tell you that, because it has a lot to do with who I am and what I'm going through right now. And as per my last video, a lot of the things that I was talking about changing have come from this realization. And, you know, this has been going on for several years now, and I just didn't know how to place it. And I fought back against it for a really long time because I thought I was just a butt-ugly woman, and I thought that, you know, I was just, nobody liked me because I didn't look good as a girl. So, coming to terms a little bit with that, I can look good as a girl and as a guy, and I like it. It's still really hard to get used to. You go out in public and you think, oh no, everybody's gonna look at me. Am I walking right? Am I talking right? Am I putting my weight on the wrong foot to look more like a girl with my hips stuck out? And then you have a lot of questions. But at the end of the day, nobody's approached me. Nobody's been like, what are you doing? You know? And honestly, I pull it off really well. So sometimes I want to let out what I'm feeling inside on the outside. So there you go. A real coming out video. Also this awkward hand gesture thing. So I just thought I would let you know what I've been carrying around with me for a long time. And my name that I've come up with for when I'm feeling this way, or both or neither way, call me they way, is Nim. And Nim is my new name. At least when I'm feeling that way. They call me Lexi at work. My family calls me Lexi. That's fine. But especially when I'm feeling hyper masculine, I'm dressing up as a guy and I feel like a dude, my name is Nim. So honestly, you might see me dressed up that way in a future video. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm ready for anybody to actually see that or not. But I just wanted to let everybody know that that's how I'm feeling. So if anybody has similar feelings, go ahead and comment, I guess. Or, you know, link me a video of your own coming out story. Anyhow, I hope you have a good day. Blessed be, guys.